come into a comfortable seated position. Sit up on a block or a cushion if that helps, either kneeling or cross-legged, whatever works best for you. Bringing your shoulders above your hips, keeping your neck, back of your neck long, shoulders away from the ears. Just take a few moments to focus in on the breathing. Gently closing your eyes, breathing in, breathing out, and paying attention to how your breath feels. Perhaps breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. And allowing the mind to settle. Setting up an awareness on the breath that continues throughout your practice. Reminding yourselves to breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 4. Breathing in and out through your nose. And perhaps introducing Ujjayi breathing so that you can hear the soft sound of the breath. Allowing the in-breath to be the same length as the out-breath. And any time you find your mind elsewhere, bring it back to your breathing. Taking the breath down into the lungs. And bringing your hands to prayer position. Taking a stretch up overhead with your hands as you breathe in, and draw the hands back to the heart as you breathe out. Just do that a couple more times. Breathing in, reach the arms up and overhead. Breathe out, bring the hands back down. Once more, breathing in, stretch up. Breathing out, bringing the hands back down. Now keeping the shoulders neutral and the upper chest lifted, just allow the chin to come down to the chest, stretching the back of the neck. Noticing any tension, allowing the shoulders to be relaxed. And keeping your breath even and regular. And then breathing in, lifting the head back up and taking the chin up towards the ceiling, taking the head back only as far as feels comfortable for you, stretching the front of the throat, and perhaps lifting the hands up and supporting the back of the head with the fingertips as you bring the head back to a neutral position. Release the hands back to your side. And then tilting your left ear down towards your left shoulder, so stretching the side of the neck, the right side of the neck. Both shoulders staying neutral here. Breathing in, come to the center and going to the other side. So right ear towards the right shoulder, but the shoulders staying relaxed, so isolating that stretch in the side of the neck. Coming back to neutral, so lifting the head back up, and then turning the chin, so we're looking over the left shoulder now. Once again, being aware of the shoulders staying relaxed. Bringing the head back to neutral. And then turning the head the opposite direction, so taking the chin over the right shoulder. Turning back to neutral now. Just allowing the left hand to come down towards the floor and stretch the right arm up to the ceiling, feeling a stretch up the side of the body. If you want to take that deeper, go ahead. Nice stretch in the right hand side from the right sitting bone to the fingertips. And then coming back and going to the other side. So right hand towards the floor, left hand up to the sky. If you want to go deeper, you can, feeling that stretch up the side of the body all the way to the fingertips. And coming back to neutral. Taking the right hand in front, left hand behind, taking a gentle twist. Looking over the back shoulder if that's comfortable. Coming back to the front on the in-breath. And as you breathe out, go to the other side. Left hand in front, right hand behind. Breathing in, come back to the center. Gently curl the back over. And then lift the upper chest to the ceiling, taking the hands behind. Bringing the hands to prayer position. And then making your way into a standing position at the front of your mat. Bring your hands to prayer position. Interlace the fingers and then just rotating the wrists around in one direction. So circling both wrists in one direction and then circle them in the opposite direction. Just warming up those wrists a little. And then bringing your hands to prayer position at the heart center, tuning into the breath. As you breathe in, stretch up to the sky, look up. And as you breathe out, take a forward fold, hands towards the floor. Breathe in, lift the gaze, lift the chest. And as you breathe out, come back into cat pose. Breathing in, arch the back, cat face up. And as you breathe out, round the back, cat face down. Next time you breathe in, dropping onto the forearms and coming into dolphin. So forearm dog. Breathing in here for 1. Breathing out for 1. Breathing in for 2, pushing away through your shoulders and breathing out. Continuing to breathe in for 4, out for 4. And then breathing out, drop the knees. And as you breathe in, step back to the front of your mat. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, forward fold. And breathe in, coming all the way up. And breathe out, hands to prayer position. Let's do that once more. Breathing in, stretch up. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, look up, gaze forward. Breathing out, step back into cat. Breathing in, cat face up. Breathing out, cat face down. Breathing in, drop onto the forearms, lift the hips. Forearm dog. And taking 5 even breaths here. If this forearm dog feels too much, feel free to drop the knees back into cat at any time. Continuing to push through the forearms and encouraging the heels back and down, stretching out the hamstrings. At the end of the 5th out breath, come up onto the toes, drop the knees, and then making your way back onto your feet, breathing in, look up, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, standing up, stretching up to the sky. Breathing out, hands to prayer. So one more time. Breathing in, stretch up. Breathing out, forward fold. As you breathe in, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And as you breathe out, onto your hands and knees for cat. Breathing in, lift the chest, look up. Breathing out, round the back. Breathing in, drop the forearms, lift the hips, forearm dog for 5 breaths. Allowing the back of the neck to relax. Taking the backs of the ears towards the floor. Shoulders are staying strong. If you feel the shoulders creeping forwards, just remind them to come back. At the end of the 5th out breath, drop the knees. Step forwards, breathing in, look up. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, coming all the way up, stretch up to the sky. Breathing out, hands to prayer. Now as you breathe in, bend the knees and reach the hands up to the sky, chair pose. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, lift the gaze, lift the heart. And breathing out, step the left knee back into a lunge. Breathing in, gaze up. And breathing out, step back into a standing position. Breathing in there and breathing out, take the right knee back down to the floor into a lunge. Breathing in, look up. And breathing out, fold over the legs. Drop the forearms. And as you breathe in, lifting into forearm dog. If you prefer, you can drop the hips and come into forearm plank. Keeping the shoulders strong, whichever variation you choose, either forearm dog or forearm plank. And once again, if this is too strong, feel free to drop the knees. Maintaining your steady breath. At the end of the 5th out breath, we're going to step forward, back to the top of the mat, breathing in, gaze forwards, breathing out, forward fold. As you breathe in, bend the knees, stretch up to the sky, Utkatasana. Breathing out, hands to prayer. Let's do that once more. So breathing in, chair pose. Breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, gaze forwards. Breathing out, left knee down towards the floor. Taking a lunge, breathing in. And breathing out, hands to the floor. Forward fold. And as you breathe out, take the right knee back to the floor, untuck the back toes. Breathing in, lunge. Breathing out, hands to the floor. Breathing in, gaze forwards. Breathing out, coming into forearm dog or forearm plank. Five working breaths here. Breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Keeping the breath steady. And then dropping the knees, stepping back to the front of your mat, breathing in, look up, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, drop the hips, Utkatasana, and breathing out, prayer position. Coming into Tadasana, and we'll take tree pose. Lift the heel of the left foot and turn the left knee out. And place the sole of the foot either on the inner calf or on the inner thigh. Bring the hands to prayer position and feel that you can straighten the hips, draw everything into the center line. So the hips, and then bring the hands into prayer position at the heart center. Feeling the body lifting out of the hips, feeling grounded through that standing leg. Release the left leg down, and we'll go to the other side. So lift the heel of the right foot and placing the sole of the foot either on the inner calf or the inner thigh. Lift yourself out of your hips. And perhaps if your balance is good, lifting the hands up to the sky. And you may even, if you're feeling confident, lift the chin, look up. Coming down when you're ready in reverse, so releasing the hands, releasing the foot, and then jumping or stepping the feet wide apart. Turn the heel of the right foot out, toes the left foot to 90 degrees, raise the arms to shoulder height, and soften the left knee, coming into warrior 2, gazing over your left hand, adjusting the shoulders so they stay above the hips, and maintaining your steady breath. Take the right hand down to the back leg, take a side stretch into reverse warrior. And then take the left elbow to the left knee, right arm overhead in a diagonal line from the right heel, the right hip, the right shoulder and the fingertips into Parsvakonasana. When you're ready, breathing in, coming back up, realigning the feet. And we'll go to the other side. So heel of the left foot out, toes of the right 90 degrees. And lowering the hips into warrior two. Aligning the right knee over the right heel and the shoulders directly above the hips. Gaze over the right hand, dropping the left hand to the back thigh, taking reverse warrior, and then keeping that nice stretch and openness in the right side of the body as you take the right elbow to the right knee and the left arm overhead. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling or down towards the floor, whichever is comfortable in the neck. Push into the right foot, coming up into Virabhadrasana 2, realigning the feet, taking the hands to the hips, soften the knees, and folding over into a wide-legged forward fold. If you can bend the knees and grab hold of the toes, the big toes, with the thumb and the index finger, and then pushing the toes into the floor to help draw you down a little bit deeper into the forward fold, taking the hips up to the ceiling, feeling your body moving in between the thighs, activating the legs, keeping the legs strong. And when you're ready to come out, take the hands to the hips, breathing in and drawing the body back into an upright position. Stepping to the front of the mat, breathing in, stretching the arms overhead, lift up onto the toes, and breathe out, bending the knees deeply, taking the hips down into a squat, and as slowly as you can, coming into a seated position. Draw the knees into the chest, and then hold behind the backs of the knees and lift the shins parallel to the floor in a half boat posture. The arms can either stay holding the legs or draw them parallel to the shins, reaching out towards the toes, gripping in with your belly, thighs towards the belly, and as slowly as you can, lower the back to the floor, lower the legs to the floor. Push the lumbar arch, the lower back, into the mat. Keep the ankles a little lifted from the floor. Take the arms overhead, rock onto one side of the body, back to the centre, and rock onto the other side of the body, keeping that strong dish shape. And then when you're ready, coming onto the floor, hugging the knees into the chest. Take the arms out to the sides, bend the knees, and take the knees over to the right in a supine twist, head gently turning towards the left. The knees can be together here, or if it feels better for your back to be apart, that's fine. Breathing in, drawing the knees back to the centre, and breathing out, taking the knees over to the left, head turns towards the right hand. Each time you breathe out, feeling the body relax into the twist. Breathing in, drawing the knees back up to the centre, crossing the feet at the ankles, drawing the feet towards you, perhaps holding onto the feet and rocking up into a seated position. And then turning over, coming onto the front of your body and coming into Sphinx pose. So forearms are parallel on the floor, shoulders are above the elbows, so the arms are bent at 90 degrees. Thinking about the belly button coming down towards the floor and the chest coming through the arms. And then lowering the chest down, taking the hands underneath the shoulders and coming into some cobra lift. So breathing in and lifting the chest and the hands up from the floor, Breathing out, lowering down. Seeing as if you can lift your hands first and then your chest, and breathing out, coming down. Breathing in, lifting up, using the back muscles to lift you. And gently place the hands down underneath your shoulders. Not too much weight in the hands, just using them as a guide. And then releasing your head down, lifting your left leg up behind you, and then the right. So the upper body is relaxed now, head on the arms. Lift one leg, then the other, and then see if you can lift both legs. And then perhaps lift the chest and the head as well. Coming into locust pose. The head resting on the arms all the time, so there's no pressure in the neck. Breathing out, coming down, and take a couple of breaths with the head on one side. And turning the head to the other side. And then bringing your elbows back under your shoulders. Tuck the toes under and lift your body into a forearm plank. Hold for a couple of breaths. And then step one knee in and then the other knee in. Coming back into a seated position, starting in Dandasana. Keeping the legs active and straight, toes pointing to the ceiling. Lift the upper chest and then hinging from the hips, coming into a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Your hands can be resting on your knees or your thighs, gripping your toes. Or if you come down deeper into the forward fold, feel free to take the hands beyond the ankles. Breathing into the forward fold, keeping the legs active, drawing the belly in to help you come in deeper into the fold. And then when you're ready, slowly coming up into a seated position again, bending the right knee, taking the right foot onto the opposite side of the left leg. Take the right arm behind you and wrap the left arm around that bent knee. Squeezing that knee into the center line, drawing your belly round past that bent leg. If you want to go deeper, then reach up with your hand and take the outside of the arm or the outside of the elbow onto the outside of that right knee. Coming into Ardha Matsyendrasana twist. Feeling free to ease and adjust if you want to come further. Breathing in, come back to the center and then swap legs. So left foot over the right leg. Wrap the right arm around the left knee. Take a few breaths to adjust, get the belly past the leg, and then reaching up with the arm and taking the outside of that right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. Each time you breathe in, feel that you can straighten the spine, growing up from the floor. And then as you breathe out, release the twist, release the legs. Bring the soles of the feet together into cobbler pose, Baddha Konasana. Pressing the heels together, holding around the feet, the outer edges of the feet while you press the heels in and pulse the knees down towards the floor. Feeling as though you can draw the legs in using the muscles of your hips as the knees press down. Knees drawing towards the floor, heels gripping together. And then releasing, crossing the ankles, coming over into a forearm cat, and then resting into child's pose. Breathing in and forward, breathing out here, just allowing muscles to release. And as you breathe in next, come into a kneeling position, allowing the breath to settle. Breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4, just as we did at the beginning of the session. beginning to prepare to come into Shavasana, grabbing any blankets that you need, having a pillow underneath the head if that feels better for you, and gently releasing into Shavasana. Pull over a blanket if that feels good, gently closing your eyes, allowing the legs to extend away from the hips, or if it feels better, have the knees bent and bring the soles of the feet onto the floor. The arms a comfortable distance from your sides, palms facing up, fingertips curling naturally just as they would in sleep. The back of the neck is long, and each time you breathe out, feel the body releasing into the floor. Allow the forehead to be smooth, cheeks soft and jaw relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, softly, gently. Taking this time to let go, absorbing your practice and allowing your body to rejuvenate. Each time you breathe out, feel your body relaxing a little further, a little deeper. Anytime you find your mind has wandered, gently bring it back to your relaxation, giving yourself this time to let go. Allowing the body to feel heavy, feeling the support of the mat beneath you, rising up to greet you and allowing you to let go completely. Your breath is smooth and calm. All of your limbs relaxed. Know that you can stay here for as long as you like, but whenever you are ready to come out slowly, beginning by deepening the breath, taking the air deep into your lungs and allowing the energy to reach the very fingertips and the very toes. When you're ready to come out, moving gently, fingers, toes, perhaps moving the head from side to side. And gently drawing the knees up onto the chest, taking your time to come out slowly. Once again, know that if you have time to stay here, please stay in Shavasana as long as you want. Otherwise, taking a stretch in any way that feels good. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side, coming into a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to prayer position at the heart center and bowing forward to complete your practice. Namaste.